right. Take it from the top.
How hard is it to gain full custody of a newborn?
Well, there was a time when fathers were not favored in family court, but that hasn't been the case for decades.
What about custody being awarded to family members?
That's a little trickier. And given your family's unusual history, I would say that Laura would be in the best position to petition. And don't forget, Esme will need to be stripped of all parental rights. But given that Esme is Esme, I see that as a possibility.
What about a sibling gaining custody?
A sibling of the baby?
Yes. Does that happen?
Well, yes. I mean, it's rare, but in this case, there is no... Esme's baby isn't yours, is it? Nikolas? Is Nikolas the father?
Do I have a chance?
Well, the courts are not usually keen on taking a child away from both biological parents without good cause.
It should be easy enough to convince a judge that Esme is unfit. Not only is she facing legal troubles, her state of mind and her health challenges, those are factors.
All fair points, but a good lawyer could argue all of that on behalf of Esme.
Well, lucky for us, you're not just a good lawyer, you are the best.
While flattery is nice, a good case is nicer.
Look, I know that it's possible. I know that it's possible because Michael was able to gain custody of his sister Avery at one point.
Correct. And yes, your Aunt Alexis won that case, but that was short-lived. Michael ultimately gave Avery back to Sonny and Ava, and now they have joint custody of their daughter. But I'm assuming you don't want to just temporarily remove this child.
No. If I get my way, this baby will never know either of its parents.
You have every right to feel betrayed, because you were. But you have no obvious legal right to your father's child. Now, look, I'm gonna be blunt, because that's just part of my charm. I am concerned that a judge will hear the anger that I just heard and wonder about your motive. So I've got to ask you, what you're trying to do, is it in the best interest of the child, or are you seeking revenge against Nikolas and Esme?
I don't care about my father and Esme. Although, yes, sticking it to my father would be the icing on the cake.
And there it is again.
This is about saving a child from an amoral mother and a dangerously selfish father. This is about breaking a cycle that I'm all too familiar with. When my father was not pretending that he was dead, he was choosing a woman over me. This goes beyond bad parenting skills. My father is a toxic and damaging person. So I do not want to sit idly by while he breaks another child's heart or while he damages another child's self-esteem, because my little brother or sister deserves better than that.
As did you. Well said, Spencer, and we can put forth that argument. But I gotta tell you, the odds are stacked against you.
What if there is something that I could do to even those odds?
What do you mean, even the odds?
I was with Esme for years, and according to my father, he was only with her for one night. Who's to say that I'm not the father?
That's an interesting wrinkle. Look, obviously, I am always and only about presenting the best possible case for all of my clients. So if you tell me that you're the father, I will take that into court. But if you have even an inkling that a DNA test might prove otherwise, I'm not going to go down that road. I will not be party to fraud. So if that's what you're looking for, then you got to keep looking for another lawyer. And your father, don't forget, can bring in his own DNA test. And what do you think those results are going to be?
Fair enough. Okay. Miss Miller, what are my options?
Well, here's my charming bluntness. Again, it is very difficult to strip a child away from its biological parents. That's a long shot. And we would be fighting on two fronts, because Esme, while she doesn't have the resources that your father has, still has rights. But your father is gonna level everything he's got at you. He will attack you. And you are fresh from Pentonville. Not your first stint, but your second. So you will be playing defense yourself.
I'm sure that you can handle that.
Yes, of course I can handle it. And I would present a very effective case on your behalf. But I gotta warn you, Spencer, I cannot guarantee you a win.